Hey, Shalom, Marcus, Vakar, Makapash, and Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Chachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole product. Preaching his truth, that's in all sincerity. Got this article here from The Guardian, right? A little bit of news come out recently, right, about this Nord Stream 2 pipeline, and one there's been news that come out about that as well, about how the gas has just suddenly dropped to pretty much zero. And obviously this is the gas that was supposed to be supplying gas to Germany and the rest of Europe and that kind of stuff, right? And supposedly what we've been hearing is that it was sabotage, right? And people are reasoning that America is behind it, right, to force Europe, well, to prevent Europe, right, from doing any deals with Russia further down the line, because we know this winter is going to be a crazy one, right? And it's really going to bring people to their knees, man. And America don't want a situation where that could even possibly happen. You know, you can't put public pressure on the government to do these deals and that, because people are protesting out here, man, for the gas, the energy prices going up, the heating that they can't get. A lot of people are going to go cold this winter, man, because they ain't got the gas. They can't heat their houses. So people are out there protesting in Germany and stuff like that, man. So to avoid any of those types of issues, it's being said that the US is behind it. Okay, not official. It's not going to be out there in the news, but it's what people are reasoning. They have the most motivation to do it, right? And yeah. So basically, they would have just effed Europe and put them in an impossible situation now. There's not even any leeway. If push comes to shove, they could get Russian gas. So there's that option's not even on the table anymore, right? So Europe are definitely 100% in for a cold, bitter ass winter. And they're gonna struggle, right? And these governments can thank the US for that. you know It says, the Guardian tells you here, Nord Stream 2 pipeline pressure collapses mysteriously overnight. So they're not coming out as to what the issue or what caused it yet. They're investigating, as they say. But apparently there's a large amount of damage that was done to these pipelines, right? Both of them, Nord Stream 1 and 2. Okay. So like I said, that's a whole gas supply destroyed where it didn't need to be, because the Russians, man, they got a tap, they turn it on and off as they please. They don't need to sabotage their own shit to prevent gas getting into Europe. They don't need to do that. But Russia would have been open up to do deals. All you got to do is back off, and the gas will come back on. Fair enough, right? But I say, America, it won't even allow that option to materialize at all, man. Okay, basically locking in a cold winter for Europe. A very bitter one. And not only is it affecting, your prices, or the fact that you can even get heat in the house, but it's going to affect food supplies and stuff like this. And it's basically effing Europe over. Okay, what's the word I'm looking for, man? Effing Europe over just to get out of Russia, essentially, man. So the Americans, they're brutal, right? Brutal, man, unsympathetic or empathetic or whatever it is. Right? But yeah, this is just a quick video. I was gonna grab a few scriptures on it, right? As I was thinking, man, this may be part of the reasons why these leaders of these nations, the nations of the beast, NATO, the EU, right, are gonna end up hating the whore, which is America, right? In this chapter here, Revelation 17, right? And verse 16 says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast," okay, which represents NATO, right? "They shall hate the whore," okay, which represents America. America is the whore that sitteth upon the beast. Okay, the beast is NATO and the EU, right? And but America is the one that handles it. It's his handler. It's the ones that controls it. Okay, America is the one that wields that beast and does what it wants with it. Being the head. Okay, but really the nations don't like being under America, and this is the problem, that because relationships between America and Europe and that has been it's been funny over the years, man. Okay, it's not been so cohesive as it maybe once was, you know, and a lot of resent is being built up, all right, and it continues to build up, man. This just may be the worst thing that they've ever done, you know, and it may not ever come out that America did it, but these other nations are gonna find out. They're gonna know, all right, and it may be the worst thing that they've ever done to their quote unquote allies, right? Because it would really f them over, man, big time, right? And winter's coming. The old Game of Thrones, you know, quote, right? Winter's coming, man, and it ain't gonna be a good one, especially if you can't heat your fucking houses, man. You can't get access to food and stuff, you know. It's gonna be a bad one, right? So, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, right? So, you know, in the prophecy, there comes a point, you know, America's allies, you know, they're going to turn on America and eventually use the ammunitions that the Most High gave them, right, to destroy America with. Okay, these ICBMs, these missiles, these nukes, whatever they got at their disposal, whatever the Lord's going to launch over there, right, they're going to turn on America, okay, and they're going to help destroy America with Russia and their allies, right, because they're going to see it as an acceptable sacrifice, man. You know, and yeah, and it's the spirit of the Lord, you know, regardless of what's in their minds at the time or whatever, the Most High is going to put the spirit upon them to launch their missiles and whatever at America till it's completely destroyed. Right, that's why the decimation of America is going to happen so quickly. And within an hour, America is going to be gone. And it's, you know, it's a large landmass, man. It's not a small thing. So in an hour, that's quick. That's quick work, man. Right, the Lord's going to do it. As it says here, verse 17, it says, "For God, Yahweh, have put in their hearts, in their minds, to fulfill his will." So whatever transpires, whatever the reason is behind it, however it goes down, the fact of the matter is that these nations, they're going to feel great disdain towards America, man. They're going to be like, F America, man. and they're going to start pushing their red buttons, man. You know, and that'll be it for America, right? So for God have put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled, right? Because obviously if America's out the picture now, I mean, you're probably going to still have, you know, American military and staff, generals and whatever around, but America itself is going to be gone, right? And NATO, well, it would just be NATO. It won't be America no more, it'll just be NATO, right? And Yahweh and the angels are going to come and finish up the job. Okay, destroy the rest of the armies. All right, so they'll have dominion for a little bit, right? Verse 18 says, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city. Okay, again, it's America, that great city, that great nation, which reigneth over the kings of the earth, right? So we know that is America in this day and age. Okay, this is what the whore represents. We know that's what he's talking about. Okay, and the end of that place is destruction. All right. Is Daniel 12 verse 1 says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Okay, like I said, winter's coming, man, and it's going to be a bad one. Very, very difficult one. Right? And this is all adding to this time of trouble, man. All right. This is and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, right? But the elect, they're cool. They're gonna be all right. Okay, they're gonna survive and endure it, But these people are gonna be losing their minds, man. Okay, a lot of people are gonna be dying. Okay, it's already an issue in this country, with the elderly dying of the cold and stuff like that in this country right now. So how much more so when there's actually a lack of gas and lack of electricity, lack of food? How many more people are gonna die? It's gonna be a surprisingly large number, right? Um, it's verse 24. Sorry, verse 24. Matthew 24, right? Verse 20, right? And this is to highlight that winter's not a good time to be doing anything, right? When shit is hitting the fan, it's not a good time for shit to hit the fan. All right, Matthew 24, verse 20 says, "But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor shall ever be. And except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened," right? So the Lord is gonna have the Spirit upon us to endure what we need to endure, man. But this isn't gonna, go on forever, kind of thing, right? This it has to come to an end, and it basically the Lord is shortening the time for the elect's sake, man, so we can endure it, because we're already in the flesh, we're all fucked up as it is. But the Lord is gonna help us endure it, man, and get us out. Okay, get us out of here, right? While the world is, getting jacked up, all right? Yeah, winter's not a good time, for that type of stuff, man, to be going on, and like I said, this winter's gonna be a particular harsh one, right? And imagine that it's been here in the UK, the winter has been kind of mild of late, these last few years, man. Imagine that, this winter is particularly, ends up being particularly cold, you know, when you really need your heating on, man. It'd be interesting to see how cold this winter would actually be, in terms of the weather. The most time I might send a cold snap, man, and just fuck up everybody's life, you know. This second Ezra chapter 15 verse 16 says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings or princes," right? And like I mentioned about the protests, the whatever in Germany about the Nord Stream, because they want it on. Okay, they don't want to be paying these gas prices, man, and they want to heat their houses this fucking winter. You know what I'm saying? They don't like, why Ukraine in their opinion is not worth it, man. You know, just to like be uh what's the word, man? Just to kind of to stick it to Russia, like it's not worth it. Like, give us the gas, you know. So them men are not having it, right? So these type of things is what's going to cause sedition among men. Okay, like I said, the gas is going to affect the food supply chains and all this kind of business, you know. And yeah, it's going to lead to uh, uproars, of the people. It says, "Therefore, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation." Right? We bring this out a lot, right? But that's the time we're coming into. Okay, there seems to be a shortage of everything. The Lord has put dearth in the land, in the kingdom, in the world, right? There is coming a shortage of everything. Okay, like Macron said, man, the time of abundance is come to an end, right? This ain't the time, man. It's over, right? A dearth, Lord is sending a dearth upon this place, man. Right? People are going to be in great want, in great need, and have nothing, or not enough. All right, so this is going to send people over the edge. Okay. And I found this scripture, man, I thought it was kind of a little bit of befitting on the topic. And it's something that Joel was speaking about here in chapter 24. And verse 1 says, "Why, seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty, do they that know him not see his days? Some remove the landmarks, they violently take away flocks and feed thereof. They drive away the ass of the fatherless, they take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way, the poor of the earth hide themselves together. Behold, as wild asses in the desert go they forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey. The wilderness yieldeth food for them and for their children. They reap everyone his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing. They have no covering in the cold." And essentially, verse 7 is the point I wanted to get to, is what America is ultimately doing, right? But the Most High sees it all. He sees what's going on. All this wicked ass political plays that these guys are making, but yeah, essentially that's what they've doomed Europe to, man, to cause the naked to lodge without clothing. No heat, no warmth, okay, no food, you know. I just, I was reading, I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's kind of what they're doing right now. All right, it says they are wet with the showers of the mountains and embrace the rock for want of shelter. They pluck the fatherless from the breast and take a pledge of the poor. They cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaf from the hungry. Right? They which make oil within their walls and tread their winepress and suffer thirst. Men groan from out of the sea, and the soul of the wounded crieth out, yet God layeth not folly to them. Right? But soon America, everything that they be doing, man, is gonna come into the Lord's judgment, man. But yeah, you know, I said that's an evil and wicked play that the US, if they are indeed behind it, have done. You know, just kind of let Europe be a sacrifice. Just to stick it to Putin. But that's their allies, man. That's not even just like that's anybody. They're meant to be friends. But this is how America treats their friends, man. Okay, and you already see it with the Arab nations and that. They were once friends and stuff, but look at them now. They're all messed up. All right, but yeah, it could be, like I said, a case for the beast, to turn against the whore, man, because of the fuckery that's gonna come from this. So I thought, just an interesting thing that happened recently. So with that, I'm gonna close out, and Lord, when He said fine, I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next one, man. So today I say shalom.